Welcome back to this video. This video will see VLSM exercise number 3. We saw VLSM exercise number 2 in the last video. So the process is going to be almost the same. It's just that we have different requirements in this exercise. As you can see, we have sales that needs 55 hosts, accounting that needs 26 hosts, and HR that needs 12 hosts. So this is our requirement for this exercise. So we'll see how we can work this out. So as a rule of thumb, we need to start with the highest requirement. So in this exercise, highest is what? 55 hosts. So that's where we need to start. And straight away we know for that subnet, our network ID is going to be 192.168.1.0. That's where we start. Slash value is going to be different. We need to find that out, but we'll find it out in just a second. So to work it, we can go here 55 hosts, right? So we need to use this 2 power table. On this 2 power table, 55 exact is not possible. So if we go with 2 to the 5th is 32 is not enough. We need 55. Next highest is 64. So we can stop there because 55 is less than 64. Even if we consider for the network ID and the broadcast ID, we still get 62 usable host. That means it still satisfies our requirement of 55. So we can stop it here easily. And along with this table, we need this 2 power table written in a different way like this: 128, 64, 32, 16, 8, 4, 2, 1. And we know this is a class C address straight away. And class C, the default slash value is /24. So if you look at here, we need to, this is /24, right? From here onwards, we start borrowing, right? So if we borrow 1 bit, it's /25. But we are here at 64, which means we are going to borrow 2 bits. And this will become /26. Okay, this will become /26 because we are borrowing 2 bits. 64, 64. So that means our new slash value is going to be /26. So we have already find out the network ID. Network ID 192.168.1.0 and the new slash value is /26. Now the broadcast ID. So we know that our block size is going to be 64, but we cannot use the entire 64. We have to minus 1. So we can go until 63, which means 63 is going to be our broadcast ID. So we start at 1.0. If we increment by 64, that's 1.64, but that's not correct. We need to minus 1, which means 1.63 will be our broadcast ID. 1.64 become our next subnet ID, which we are going to work for this 26 hosts. You will see that in just a second. So for this subnet, the broadcast ID is going to be 192.168.1.63. Now usable host. It's very easy. What's in between? What's between 0 and 63? So that's .1 until .62. So these are the range, the usable host range. So now we need to find out the subnet mask. Subnet mask is basically written in a different formats. This /26 written in a different format. That's all it is. So we have to write like this. We are here, right? We are here 26. That means 2 bits borrowal. So we need to add 128 plus 64, which is 192. So that's our subnet mask 255.255.255.192. 255.255.255.192. So we have everything. We have the network ID, slash value, broadcast, usable host, subnet, mask. So we are ready to configure. So let's go back to our topology. So we are here, right, on this end, the sales department. So we need to work on this router. So this interface here, G000, that's going to be our first available address that I'm going to configure. Global configuration interface G00, no shut, IP address 192.168.1.0 is our network ID, but we cannot use the network ID as the IP address, so we have to go with the next available is 1, starting from 1, and the subnet mask is 255.255.255.192. How 192? Again, we are borrowing 2 bits. So we are here, so we have to add 128 plus 64, which is 192. Okay, so now just like last video, I will add one PC there. I will add one PC here. Okay, basically this address we just given on this G000 is going to be the default gateway for this PC. So this is going to be 192.168.1.2 because 1.1 we have given it here, and that's going to be the default gateway. And when I press tab, it's going to show us the default subnet mask, but we need to change that. We need to change that to 192 and default gateway 192.168.1.1. Now we have completed the first requirement of 55 hosts for the sales department. What's the next highest? Next highest is 26 hosts for the accounting department. So that's what we need to work. So let's go back here, 26 hosts. So we know straight away the network ID is going to be, we have entered here, right, 192.168.1.63. So our network ID for this subnet is going to be 192.168.1.64. Now we need to find the slash value and usable host and subnet mask. So 26, right? Let me actually erase it. We'll draw that again. 26 is going to be 16 is not enough, so we have to go with the next highest, which is 32. Even if we consider for the network ID and the broadcast ID, we still get -2, which is 30 usable host. That will still satisfy our requirement of 26 because we are getting 30 even after we consider for network ID and broadcast ID. So we can go with this easily. So now I'll write this down one more time so we can figure out the slash value and all that. 4, 2, 1. So slash 24 is the default. From here onwards we are borrowing. So where are we? We are here 32. 32 here, right? So that means 1, 2, 3. 3 bits borrowal. So if I borrow 1 bit it's slash 25. Borrow 2 bits slash 26. Borrow 3 bits slash 27. Right, slash 27, 24 plus 3, 27, which means our slash value for this subnet is going to be slash 27. Now the broadcast ID. So 32 is our increment, but we cannot use the entire 32. We need to minus 1, which is 31, right? Which means we are at 64. 64 plus 32 is 96, minus 1 is 95. Or you can just straight away add 64 plus 31, which is 95. So that is our broadcast ID 192.168.1.95. Now usable host. What's in between? From .64.95, what are the available hosts in between? So .65 until .94. This is the range for usable host. Now subnet mask is /27, right? So we need to write that out like this. We need to add, we are here, right? 32. So that means I need to add 128 plus 64 plus 32. We know 128 plus 64 is 192 plus 32 is 224. So 255.255.255.224 is going to be our subnet mask for this subnet. We are ready to configure everything because we have the network ID, /value, broadcast, usable host, subnet mask. So we can go back and work this one out. So we are here in the middle. That means this is the router we need to work. Global configuration interface G00 no shut IP address 192.168.1.65. 64 is the network ID, right? 64 is the network ID. We cannot use that. So the first usable host is 65. So subnet mask 255.255.255.254. How 224? Again, we are borrowing 3 bits. That means we need to add 128, 64, 32, which gives us 224. Now I'll just add one PC here just to show you. So we can provide the IP address as 192.168.1.64 is our network ID. I cannot use that. 65 we have just given to this G000 interface. So the next available address is 66. This is the default subnet mask. We need to change that to 224. And the gateway is going to be basically this G000. We have just given us 192.168.1.65. Now let's just assume that there are another 25 hosts here and they'll get addresses from DHCP setup. And that's how in the real world is going to work. So no manual configuration is needed. So we have just satisfied this accounting that needed 26 hosts. Now we can move on to the next requirement is 12 hosts for HR. So let's see that. Network ID. Where we ended in the last subnet, we ended at here, right? 1.95. So straight away we know this network ID is going to be 192.168.1.96. And we need to find out the /value, broadcast ID and usable host and subnet mask in written format. So 12, right? Let me erase this. 12 is here between 8 and 16, but 8 is not enough. Next highest possible is 16, which means after we consider for the network ID and broadcast ID, we still get 14 host, 14 usable host. 16 minus 2, 14, which means we are still satisfying our requirement of 12 host. So we can easily go with this. So if you look at our chart here, 128, where is 16? 16 is all the way here, right? Almost here, right? Now 16 is over here. That means 24 is the default. 1 bit, 2 bits, 3 bits and 4 bits borrowal, right? 4 bits borrowal, which is /28. 24 plus 4 is 28. So that means our new slash value is going to be /28. Now the broadcast ID. So 16 is the increment, but we cannot increment by 16. Minus 1, 15. So we are at dot 96. 96 plus 15 is what? 111, correct? 111. So 111 is going to be our broadcast ID. 192.168.1.111, and usable host is easy. What's in between? Dot 97, right, to dot 110, and subnet mask 255.255.255. What? Now we need to add 128 plus 64 plus 32 plus 16, which gives us 240, right? 128 plus 64 is 192. 192 plus 32 is 224. 224 plus 16 is 240. So we have everything. We are ready to configure network ID / broadcast ID, usable host and subnet mask. And we are here on this side, on the right side. So we need to work on this HR router. Global configuration, interface G00, no shut, IP address 192.168.1. What? First available host is 97, right? 97 to 110. 97, and subnet mask is 255.255.255.240. Now I will add one PC here. So this will be 192.168.1.98, because 96 our network ID, we cannot use that. 97 we have just given to this interface, and next available is 98. This will come as defaults. We need to change it to 240. Default gateway 192.168.1.95, which is for this interface G000. So we have just completed all three requirements. Now we need to go and work on these WAN lines. These WAN lines need two addresses each, one subnet here, another subnet here. So now let's work on that. WAN number 1, I'll say network ID 192.168.1.what. So we ended at 111, right? We ended at 111. That means 112 is going to be this network ID. Now we'll find out the slash broadcast ID, usable host, and subnet mask. So from our chart, where is it? Okay, here it is. We know that we need two addresses on each end, right? Two addresses. But if we go with this, we know that we lose these two addresses for network ID and broadcast ID. That means we have 0 after that. So we cannot go with this. So the next available option is 4, which means even if we consider for the network ID and broadcast ID, we still get -2 usable host. So we can go with this easily. So that's what we need to work. So if you look down here on our chart, 4 is here all the way here, right? That means here it's 4 bits, 5 bits, 6 bits. So this much is /27, this is /28, right? This is /29, and this is /30, right? So /30 is going to be our new slash value. Our increment is going to be 4, but we won't be able to use the entire 4. So which means broadcast ID 192.168.1.112 plus 3 is 115, because we cannot use the entire 4. The next subnet will start at 116. Now the usable host from .113 and .114 pretty much, okay, from .113 and .114, right? Because 112 is our network ID, 115 is our broadcast ID, so what's in between is obviously 113 and 114. Subnet mask 255.255.255.what. So we need to add all this. We are here all the way here, right? 4. So that means we need to add 128 plus 64 plus 32 plus 16 plus 8 plus 4. We know until here is 240. We just did that for the last subnet. So until 16 is 240. 240 plus 8 is 248. 248 plus 4 is 252. So that's going to be our new subnet mask. 252. So we have everything. We are ready to configure. Let's go back here. Now we can start here, okay, and interface this S010, okay, interface S010, no shut, IP address 192.168.1.113. 112 is the network ID, we cannot use it. Subnet mask 255.255.255.252. Now we can move on to this router here on this end, which is S011, global configuration interface S011, no shut, IP address 192.168.1.11, what, 114, right? 114. IP address 192.168.1.114, 255.255.255.252. Again 252, how? We have to add all these because we are here, right? We are here, that's 6 bits borrow. That means we need to add 128 plus 64 plus 32 plus 16 plus 8 plus 4 is 252. Done. So we are done with this subnet as well. Now we need to move on to this subnet here. So again we need 2 addresses, one on each end. So let's go back here. I will say 1, number 2, network ID 192.168.1. We ended at 115, so it's 116, right? And broadcast ID. So it's again the same requirement. So we need two addresses, so we have to go with this 2 to the second 4, which means we'll get two usable hosts. So everything is same as the last subnet. We are here. We need to add all this until here, which gives us 252. So the slash value is /30. So everything same like last subnet. So broadcast ID 192.168.1.116 plus 4 is 120, but we need to minus 1 is 119, right? 119. Now usable host, basically just what's in between dot 117 and dot 118. So these two addresses we can give on those interfaces. So we are ready. Our subnet mask same as last one, 255.55.55.52. So we are ready to configure everything. Network ID is there, broadcast ID is there, slash value is again same, right? /30. I didn't put it for the last one. This is /30, right? /30. Why? Because we are here. So this is 6 bits borrowal. 24 plus 6 is 30. That's why we got 30. So we can stay on this router and we'll work this S010 interface. S010 no shut IP address 192.168.1. What? We are at 116, so 117 and 118 is there. So 117 255.55.55.52. Now we can move on to the next one and provide 118 here. Global configuration interface S010. This interface, okay? This interface here. No shut IP address 192.168.1.118 255.55.55.52. So we have now completed the WAN requirements as well, which means we have just completed this exercise. Now if I try to ping from sales to accounting, will it ping, or accounting to sales, vice versa? HR and accounting and HR, will they ping? And from last video you already know they will not ping because we have not configured any routing. So these routers doesn't know where to send the packet, where these addresses are, so they won't be able to communicate to each other at this time. So we need to complete routing as well. So we'll just verify real fast. This one is 1.66 ping 192.168.1.66 and destination host unreachable straight away, you can see, because routing is missing. So we'll start here. So on this router we need to configure routing for this subnet, this one line, and also this one here, which is the HR and also the accounting. So 3 different routing we need to do. So IP route, we'll start with the HR one, 192.168.1. HR is what? Here. So 1.96. 1.96 255.255.255.224, right? And next off from here is this interface we have given us S010 is 117. 192.168.1.117. Done. Now we'll provide it for this one line, IP route 192.168.1. And this is the one number 112 is the network ID there. 112 and 255.255.255.252. Next hop is same. Now we need to provide it for this accounting. So that is counting is 1.64. IP route 192.168.1.64, right? And subnet mask 255.255.255. Let me see. 224. 224. Next hop same 192.168.1. What is the next hop? Yeah, 117. Same. So we have just completed for the from sales router. So we need to now move on to this router. This router we need to provide routing for basically this sales and this HR. So two routing, because everything else is directly connected, right? This accounting is directly connected and both WAN lines are directly connected, so we don't need to provide routing for that. So just two routing. So we'll start here for the HR. IP route 192.168.1.0, right? 1.0 255.255.255.192. Next stop is 192.168.1.118. And now we'll need to provide it for the HR. IP route 192.168.1. For HR department is 96 to 40. Okay, 96 255.255.255.240. Next stop is this one, which is S010 address, which is 113. 192.168.1.113. So we are done with this one. Now we need to go to this router and provide it for this accounting, sales, and also this one line. So three different routes we need to provide. So we'll start with the farthest one, sales department. IP route 192.168.1.0 255.255.255.192, right? And next stop is from here, the next stop is here, S011, and that one is 114. 192.168.1.114, and this will be our next stop for the next two routes. Now we'll provide it for this one line 192.168.1. It says one number 2. One number 2 is 116.252. 116.255.255.255.252. Next stop is same 192.168.1.114. something is wrong, so let me IP route 192.168.1.116 255.55.55.252 192.168.1.114. Now I need to provide it for the accounting. IP route 192.168.1. Accounting is 64224. 64 255.55.255.224, and next up is 192.168.1.114. Done. So we have just completed routing as well. Now let me try to ping again. So last time destination host unreachable, now we have just completed routing and it should ping. After the ARP request it will ping, it should ping because we have just completed routing and we are getting reply from 1.66. Now I can ping this PC. I've just this is the one I've just pinged, and let me try this one. It's 1.95 95 and I'm getting reply. Now if I go here, ping 192.168.1.1, I'm getting reply from 1.1, and this is 1.66. I'm getting reply. So our lab is a success. So this is VLSM exercise number 3 we have just completed. All the departments can communicate each other. We have satisfied the requirements. So that's it for this video. The next video will see VLSM exercise number 4, and until then, if you have any questions you can ask me down below. If these videos are helping you in any ways, please give me a thumbs up. Other than that, I'll see you in the next video. Until then, stay tuned. Thank you and good day.